from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And as you get for one power headline today, the clerk na Parliament, Honorable Umar Parantarawali, go can talk about the preparation where Parliament they put in place now for begin administration of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. Well, for sake of that, I want to welcome Honorable Umar Parantarawali in the studio once again. And the head of parliamentary, the clerk of parliament, now head of parliamentary service, and also head of administration, principal advisor to parliament and government, and also vote controller, and they preside over the first sitting of every parliament. And this position, now presidential appointment, we now Umar Parantarawali don't hold this position since the 5th parliament. And for sake of that, it don't convey the 6th Parliament for opening on the 13th of this month. Our preparation don't talk, make we get them at the studio. Once again, good morning.
Thank you very much. Me Fambulena Salon. Today again at day 98.1 for make sure say I talk to Una about the convening of the 6th Parliament. Una go remember say the last Parliament we been dissolved. Now been the 5th Parliament. And normally we can count the Parliament then by how they come. From 1996, we've been getting the 1st Parliament. To that last Parliament, we been done, we now been the 5th Parliament. Now, by Section 80, there are 135 ordinary members, and prior to this, 14 paramount chief members of parliament duly elected. So now there is a third stage when I can subscribe the oath of office. Like any other state servant, if they elect you or they appoint you for serve the people, you get to take an oath or swear to you God will make you and the constitution where they bind you, say the work where the people or the president don't give you, you prepare for execution to the best of your ability. So on Thursday, we don't prepare parliament for make the members of parliament elect, come to parliament and subscribe the oath of office.
What are the preparation Una don't put in place for this occasion before we look at the opening proper?
Well, in terms of preparation, number one, you remember saying 146 seats will be in a parliament. So we don't add 3 more seats for accommodate the 3 additional MPs where they come. So whereas the 5th parliament have been 146 MPs, this 6th parliament now 149. So the first 2 will do now for make sure say we prepare the chambers of parliament for accommodate the 149. Secondly, we don't prepare a detailed induction timetable. Make sure say all 149 members of parliament then go through thorough orientation. You know, parliament very different. No matter which kind of book you don't learn, when you come to parliament, it's a different ball game altogether. So don't prepare a 2-month package. Or for take each and every member of parliament through a very thorough orientation for tell them waiting at parliament, waiting at the responsibilities of members of parliament, how for come to parliament, waiting for do, how for behave, etc., etc. So a detailed induction program don't be prepared, and on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, we start that induction. The other 2 we don't do now for make sure so we prepare for the election of the speaker.
So before we look at the election of the speaker, let's talk about the first issue we get for do with the opening of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. Already there are concern of the opposition of them not taking part in any other concern about this, and we are for say they don't make a known to us say they are not going to be part of this particular parliament session. Okay,
officially as clerk of parliament, I'm not getting no correspondent from any MP say no they come parliament.
But then take part from the orientation, the way you talk about.
No, it will begin tomorrow. So now tomorrow we will know whether or not people will take part or not. But as clerk of parliament, I not get no official correspondence from any MP. None of the 149 MPs not send any correspondence to parliament yet for sure say not go get for come parliament. So when they prepare parliament and any program where they prepare, now for 149 MPs. And are they on course and are moving ahead? And are not they assume, in fact, say any member of parliament where the people of Sierra Leone don't struggle on the 24th for go elect for come serve them, go say no, I know they serve them people here, we elect me to parliament. So for now, I'm preparing for 149 MPs.
So look, you earlier talk about the sitting accommodation and also the seat the Mona don't add. How the sitting accommodation get for look like this time around under the PR system, not the well of parliament for somebody we know the and don't see the arrangements not well.
Well, it's just too simple. First and foremost, we stand in orders. That is the book where the guide we in a parliament say speaker. Now the only person will get the responsibility after we don't seek advice from the clerk for allocate seats to MPs. However, the PR system not different from first past the post system where camp and sitting arrangement na parliament. Because now normal parliamentary tradition say the governing party always they sit on the right hand of speaker, whereas the opposition they sit on the left hand of speaker. So nothing not get for different. The only two we get for different now in terms of configuration. That is the number of SLPP versus the number of APC MPs. You remember, say the last parliament, SLPP and APC now be almost the same number na parliament. So that time they see say the sitting arrangement be slightly different from this way get for B, where SLPP now 81, APC now 54. They get 14 paramount chiefs.
In line with the speaker we talk about, the public they expect to see the same speaker, Dr. Chena Abbas Bundu, or something new get for the in being a speaker?
Well, not to make for determine that. Because first and foremost, the Speaker of Parliament is elected by members of Parliament. So not to anybody, unlike like me when a president they appoint, or ministers and other appointees, the Speaker of Parliament is elected by all members of Parliament. Okay? So on that day, which is the 13th, now we go determine who that will be the Speaker. So each and every person, we by section 79 of the Constitution, we don't serve one term na Parliament, then don't come back to Parliament qualify. Or we don't serve two term na Parliament and not come again himself qualify. So he left to all man we qualify for put himself up for speakership, campaign to the members of Parliament, and get them for vote and in.
We come to the speakership and other issues proper for sake of the 6th Parliament, but we talk about the sitting arrangement. The last Parliament or the 5th Parliament have been constituency based. This time na district block system. How the sitting get for different in these two situations then? We get for see sitting by district block, or we get for see members them sit or then entitled or prescribed by district or by constituencies.
Okay.
How we get for town like?
You know, I don't tell you, I say for allocate seat na Parliament, now the exclusive authority of the Speaker. However, we not see anything too different. Because in parliamentary tradition, you get what that you call the front row or the front benchers, you get the middle and the back benchers. It depends on the seniority and how the Speaker consults with the Clerk of Parliament for determining who sits where. However, sitting position traditionally, the right of Speaker, all the seats now the right of Speaker can normally be the governing party, and all the seats now the left of Speaker can be the opposition
for
party.
put in simplest term, in last Parliament, for example, you see Umar Parantarawali constituency 95, for instance. This time around, voting for day now the seat of MPs.
Okay, so you name the day. Okay, remember, waiting can happen, each and every MP then list them. So if now you then be list number 1, say in a western area, urban, now you go still continue for the number 1 if then they allocate seat to western area. So in effect, we know they allocate seat by, say, Umar Parantarawali constituency 001. This time round, now they list 001 rather than the constituency 001. So whereas before now the constituency base, now list base. So if we are allocating, for example, to say from carrying a district, we allocate seat. They begin from 001 to 005, since now 5 seats they carry there. So now that way the seats will be allocated. But that also may only get the responsibility for advice. Speaker now get the utmost and exclusive authority for make sure say he don't allocate seats to MPs based on how he feel say he want like the MPs then sit down.
Among the different MP that we get in the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic, I mean, what you go say about gender representation? I mean, the female MP them.
Okay, so for gender, I'm very pleased for see almost 30%. Okay, it's slightly below 29. It's like 28 point. Let's round out to 29. So we very pleased for see 29% of females now this current 6th Parliament. 41 ordinary elected members and 1 paramount chief MPs, making the number to 46, to 42. We been really they expect 46. We before give we the 30%, but we are 4 seats short of the 30%. But that notwithstanding, if you imagine, say in the 5th Parliament we had 18 females, so the 6th Parliament where we have 42, that's a big leap forward. And me as a gender rights activist, I want to say kudos to His Excellency the President, to Parliament, to the former Minister of Gender, and to the people of Sierra Leone for voting in women in that mass number.
When we look at the openings proper, what are some of the activities them we wanna go embark on inside the opening on the 13th?
Thank you very much. If I humble them the 13th, would they see the following. But before this, I just want clearly distinguish between the first sitting of Parliament where they happen Thursday and the state opening of Parliament will happen at a later date. Most person they feel say the 6th Parliament they start on Thursday the 13th na state opening, not a state opening. State opening are the official opening of Parliament where President they go deliver in State of the Nation address. That go take place at a later date. For this first sitting, waiting this sitting they determine. They determine when this 6th Parliament get for dissolve. So would they sit the 13th July 2023, exactly 5 years from the 13th July. Now in this current 6th Parliament get for dissolve. So this first sitting in importance now for determine when the 6th Parliament get for done. And the 6th Parliament, if we sit on the 13th, go get for done the 13th July 2028. So the things that we'll get for see inside this 6th Parliament in first sitting, now one, would they swear all the MPs where they don't elect. And that, now they make you an MP. If you don't go through election and don't declare you, you get for can't take the oath. So for that day, the other paper, that is the agenda of Parliament, the first item we go today after our prayers, now for we administer the oath of office to all 149 MPs. And waiting at the importance of this oath, it also they determine, say, you don't do 5 years. Because now 2 type of MPs they will get in Parliament. The one where they do 5 years, now the terminal MP. So you complete your 5 years, then you get to that they will call the contract MPs, where they come after where Parliament don't start. Either in the case of first past the post system by election, or in this case, where somebody not there, other person at the list can take in place. So the first thing we'll get for do on Thursday, now for make sure so administer the oath of office to all 149 MPs for make them now full-blown MPs for begin do their work. The second thing, now the welcome address. So after all they administer the oath of office, then don't now become members of Parliament. Because as how they speak, then are members of Parliament elect. So after all they administer the oath of office to them, then don't become members of Parliament, Then me as the clerk, when I the presiding officer for that day, they now officially and formally welcome all 149 MPs to Parliament.
So you see yourself say Thursday you go still be the clerk?
Well, for now, me not the clerk. So I dey continue for perform the role until otherwise. And one thing when me like about myself, any work you give me at the door, say to the tell go say, no, this work I don't pull out a yarn. So for now, me not the clerk of Parliament, and I go administer the oath. So them, I welcome them. They are do the third thing when are the most important thing for that day, when are election of the speaker. So on Thursday, we will also elect the Speaker of Parliament.
Before we come to the Speaker election, plenty things for talk about then. Now we look at the oath where the MPs they take. We get some MPs we been there at the 5th Parliament, and we get new one the way they come in. That way they don't take oath at the 5th Parliament. Then same way so they take oath inside this Parliament?
Definitely. You know, say them be elect His Excellency President Madabio in 2018, he been take an oath of office. When they re-elect her again in 2023, it don't take an oath of office. So at any time they give you new mandate or new assignment, you just swear to God and the people of this country, say they discharge their responsibilities effectively.
Earlier you talk about the MPs them way una they administer oath to, and one the way could be exempted in first past the post. For instance, in by-election, when NP come, one don't come out, then go do oath for them. For this PR system and the one we una they do tomorrow, if the MP were not available, what's in the fate of any MP were not available at the Well of Parliament for the opening for take the oath of office?
This is now a very loaded question. Waiting as Sabi, I go tell the people of Sierra Leone. The one back one not Sabi, I go tell una say law left until the speaker can sit down. So waiting me Sabi now the fact that when they elect you a member of Parliament and NEC declare you, you can't take the oath of office for become an MP. So for Thursday, we administer that oath. And me, the guess, and I believe say all 149 MPs go come for take their oath. But for respond direct to your question, if somebody not come for take the oath, waiting go happen. Waiting me Sabina that every MP they take the oath for serve for 5 years, except if you come in a by-election. So if Thursday come, you not take the oath on Thursday, then meaning you not a terminal MP. You go now be declared a contractual MP, when means say we get opportunities where available to MPs when are terminal MPs, where contractual MPs not the benefit from. And a terminal MP now, an MP you don't serve Parliament for 5 unbreaking years. And the 5 year of the lifespan of the 6th Parliament, they start on Thursday, the 13th of July, 2023. And they end on the 13th of July, 2028. So if you not take an oath for serve for that 5 years, then waiting me know now that you not go be declared a terminal MP. You will now be a contractual MP. And if that happen, for example, Section 79 of the Constitution, say for make you be speaker, if you don't serve 1 term of 5 years in Parliament, then you don't come back. Or you don't serve 2 terms, then you're out of Parliament. So if they calculate the time where you don't spend, if you not take the oath on Thursday, this time they not go calculate her as a term for you. They go rather calculate her as a contract for you.
So that means opportunity no go there again for any MP where not take the oath of office on Thursday for organize other program for any MP for make it take oath of office.
No, an MP can take oath at any time. But what's important about taking the oath on the first sitting, now that qualifies you for be a terminal MP. That qualifies you for me then say you don't serve a full 5-year term. So okay, but that don't mean say at any time we'll not go swear you in, but if we swear you in now, that you fall under the category of an MP will come as a contract.
So means
MP.
In line with this, what if the rumor where they go and be two on APC then concerned for say they no go take part. There's going to be an order, given time for them for swearing them.
Okay, so for argument's sake, make I assume say APC say they know they come and they not come. Waiting they happen. Would they get 95 MPs when are terminal MPs? Where we go say don't serve then 5-year term. And when would they accrue them benefits at the end of the day? At the end of the 5 year, now 95 MPs then benefit will go accrue and sent to Ministry of Finance for payment of the gratuity and payment of pension.
So is it a more than a Thursday all NP they would already elect for take an oath?
Yes, definitely, because Section 86(1) of the Constitution give President the utmost authority for call Parliament at any time. And Parliament also direct that me as the clerk call the first sitting of this 6th Parliament on Thursday, 13th July.
Any exception for if somebody sick or gets a very good reason when it relates to any political disagreement?
Definitely if you seek. And by the way, let I also make it clear that the Constitution further give President the right for determine who side Parliament they sit. So if you seek, for example, you're in the hospital, then you give a valid reason, then we feel say that reason is authentic. Not, stop the clerk of Parliament from move to your hospital bed and administer the oath of office to you.
Okay, so now we look at the benefits where MP we take oath of office on the stipulated dates, official opening dates of Parliament, and the one we take them on that day. What, to be precise, what is the loss if you not take oath of office on the specific day, or what you go gain if you take oath on the specific day?
Okay, you get 2 losses. You get 1, a financial loss, then 2, a legal loss. Make I address the legal loss. I don't tell you, say, when they want make an MP get opportunity for continue for serve, for example, as Speaker of Parliament, you get thing the way the Constitution prescribe in Section 79 as amended. Okay? It say 1, if you don't serve 5-year term, then you don't be elected to Parliament. So you qualify for the elected Speaker. Or you don't serve 2 5-year terms, then you know the Parliament again. Okay? So legally the benefit is, if you take an oath on Thursday, meaning if you go to 2028, you don't serve full 5-year term. So if they re-elect you in 2028 for come to Parliament, you automatically qualify for contest for speakership. But if you not take an oath on Thursday, then meaning you not do 5-year term. So if that happen, if they want anybody for speaker, they nominate you, then go disqualify you, because when they say a term, na 5 year. If one day come on top, you not reach 5 year again. So that are the legal benefits. The financial benefit get for do it. You know, say anybody who serve that office at the end of your term, you dey get some financial benefit in terms of gratuity. Now, the MP in gratuity is calculated based on the years we spend at Parliament. So if you serve 5 years, it will be calculated over 5 years. If you serve less than 5 years, it will be calculated based on the number of years we spend. But the most important aspect get for do with the Parliament Act. We don't now prescribe, say, if you serve 1 term in Parliament, you're entitled to a pension of this. So that pension where you're entitled to, if you take an oath on Thursday, that automatically don't entitle you to the pension. But if you fail for take an oath on Thursday, then meaning you not do 1 term, so you not qualify for pension. So that now also a financial loss.
Even a single day.
Even a single day. Well, you know, the law is clear. The law say 5 years, it means 5 years.
Okay.
It not mean 4 years some days. It means 5 years. So if you not take an oath for being an MP on Thursday, meaning you're not a 5-year MP, and therefore you're not entitled to pay.
Before you come back, Musa, quickly, they don't make a sign to whistle or go for a break.
Before we go for them break the Clerk of Parliament, Umar Parantarawali, when they talk about the impact or the effect of anyone we no MP we not take oath of office, the benefit we they get and save the loss we go get. Earlier been talk about the benefits we MP we not take the oath of office on the first day. Say you know go qualify for be a speaker for the next Parliament and save you know go get in end of term benefits. But somebody they say why they ask questioner say why did the APC MPs didn't take the oath of office in 2018, but they were not referred to as contractual MP but are terminal MPs, and they are still entitled to their gratuity. That's now one quick one from Honorable Abdul Kagbo, now with Facebook page. They say in 2018, all APC MPs didn't subscribe to the oath of parliament on the first day. We did weeks after the opening. That's a few questions them from we viewers them and listeners.
Thank you very much. These then are very important questions. Well, the question they beg that I forgive me opinion. And yeah, I don't feel say my opinion matter. Waiting matter at the point of law. The law clear. The law say for like you qualify for be called a terminal MP if you don't do 5 years uninterrupted in parliament. So that is all at the state. For make them say in 2018, APC MPs they not been subscribed or they consider they as terminal MPs. I just go say this. What you make you remember for 2018, they all came to parliament on the first day, what they call parliament. They were part of that sitting. Okay? So if they were part of that sitting and the oath of office na parliament, when I go see and just not to one with the administrator. So if we say make all man rise, if you set mouth, we're not going to say you set mouth. But we'll go assume say you take the oath. And then in a parliament that first day. So because them in a parliament that first day and we administer oath, so whether or not them talk, sometimes I then do the service to them people. But we assume say as long as you be present and we administer the oath, then meaning you will be a part of that.
So that's not the situation.
That is it. So as far as me concerned, we preside over that first sitting. All APCM, all SLPP, all C4C, all NGC, all independent and all paramount chief been there at the first sitting.
Before we go for that break, if they clarify on what you know the benefits if you not take the oath of office on Thursday and you talk about end of term benefits. Who's one of the end of term benefits them you know they get if you not take oath on the first day?
Okay, so you get 2 end of term benefits where every MP entitled to. One then call on the gratuity. The gratuity is calculated based on the number of period we spend at parliament. So if you not attend the first sitting, they not go calculate over 5 years. You still entitled to that. But then go calculate over a period where you spend at parliament. And most times gratuity, how then they do them, in terms of terminal MPs, then they fully calculate for 5 years. In terms of contractual MPs, because then they on contract. So now the contract fee, then they pay them. Like when they hire you, they say they're on contract. They pay you the contract fee. So now that they happen in the case of gratuity. But when it comes to pension, when I know the lifelong money, where every MP or anybody who don't serve the state go be entitled to, you will not serve for 5 years, 5 uninterrupted years, not go entitled to pension.
So why an NP for lost a lot of benefit just because of a 1 day we're not available for take an oath officially? Just a 1 day.
If you not available for very strong reason, everybody go understand. But if you're not available, then you not get any reason, then meaning now you deliberately say and not attend. And if people elect you for come to parliament and serve them, then you choose not for can serve them on the first day when they say, well, come, they can't serve you people, then meaning is deliberate. And if you deliberately keep yourself away from the people then money, where then they use for pay you, they not for use and for pay you.
So Honorable Kagbo, they challenge Paran Facebook. They say Paran is not truthful. He officially administered oath of office to APC MPs weeks after the other MPs had subscribed to the oath. He knows we were booted out of parliament before he administered the oath.
I'm not sure say are there for exchange words with Honorable Abdul
That's just
if Honorable Abdul Kagbo really want to take part in this, let him come to Parliament on
So,
the 13th.
Honorable Para, now how much the new NP then, because the one they continue obviously good is, how much they really don't understand what it takes for, say, the presence on Thursday very important, and that will make them get a long-term benefit serving as member of Parliament.
So it's very simple. Thank God that they at this medium, and this is a medium where they go far and wide. Make I use this opportunity for talk to all 149 MPs duly elected to constitute the 6th Parliament of Sierra Leone. That on Thursday, which is the 13th of July, now the first sitting of the 6th Parliament. And that now the day where they go administer the oath of office to una all 149 for become members of Parliament. So I call on una all 149 for avail una self now the chambers of Parliament on 10 o'clock in the morning for take the oath and go through the parliamentary business of the day.
Now, in a situation where an MP go against the party, as the rumor they go, a go na parliament, go take oath of office, and the parties remove symbol from, and what will be the fate of a particular MP like that?
Well, this now like what you say, talk half, left half. Okay. For parliament, we know say for make you lost you membership of Parliament, the Constitution clearly prescribe am. So if the party follow, for example, all the procedures set out in 77, okay, especially KNL, and duly inform the Speaker, and the Speaker convinced, because it has to do with the conviction of the Speaker, well, probably the Speaker will follow the party. However, for make a member of Parliament grab go Parliament for go subscribe to the oath, common sense they dictate say no party not able to pull out a Parliament. Because if you put a case, Parliament not go agree with itself. Because first and foremost, now contempt to Parliament for tell an MP say may not go subscribe to the oath. So if a political party can say this MP will pull out because tell her may not can subscribe to the oath, then he can. Parliament will fall on you, we tell her not for camp because they're not contempt of Parliament.
So now look at the example of waiting the go round, and we say APC MPs them append their signature for go by the party in dictate, but one MP we in Mohamed Bangura no sign a signature or not pen down. If he appear in a well of Parliament, when they administer oaths to them.
I don't want to say APC SLPP of Paramount Chief. I want to say on the 13th of July. All MPs when they appear at the well of Parliament by 10 a.m. go subscribe to the oath. So no, regardless of the party where they, once you come to Parliament on the 13th, I go administer the oath.
So tomorrow I want to get for do the orientation of all the NP them. In case you not see the APC MP elect, waiting will be the role of you, the clerk, at that moment.
Well, orientation na parliamentary activity, but not a thing where would they penalize anybody for.
No, you will try for reach out and know why they don't come?
Definitely.
Okay.
I'll reach out. I'm the clerk of Parliament. For now, I made on born 149 picking there. If one not there, they go know. I will go try for know why.
You do talk like you don't so much get assurance and confidence you get for continue as a clerk of Parliament, and you know an appointed position you get.
I don't tell you it's up to you. Very simple. Me, for now, I'm the clerk of Parliament, duly appointed by the president on the 6th of April 2018, and I remain for being the clerk of Parliament until otherwise.
So how long it will take somebody for loss in seat in a Parliament?
Well, 30 sitting days. And when they say 30 sitting days, it means both plenary and committee sittings. So, for example, if you not can a Parliament for 30 sitting days, where Parliament they sit both at committee level or at plenary level, then Speaker can remove you from Parliament. Then, if now first pass the post system, they declare you seat vacant, then do by election.
Okay.
But in this case, because now proportional district block, if you not take up your seat for 30 days, Speaker can rule, say that seat vacant, and the people heading at the second list can come up and can become the MPs.
Continue for stay with me. Say the program where we can look more on the speakership election. We get for happen on the same day as it on the explain activities that we get for happen on the open day of Parliament, where you don't convene for happen on the 13th of this month. We're in the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. Continue for stay with me inside the program. Honorable Omar Parantarawali, Clerk of Parliament.
Any program, Good Morning Salon, they continue as we look at another issue. The June 24 election results and one where the main opposition APC party not be agree for, where this will make plenty people concerned. But and one panel people are the first time deputy opposition leader na Parliament for the All People's Congress, Honorable Ibrahim Benkagbo, we say the country will get problem because the main opposition APC party say they know they take part in the country and governance system. I talk this in our meeting with journalists them. Also, I go talk about the crisis where he say the country gets now. For more on this issue, we report Takaifa to Conte. Go reports.
This BNTM, the Electoral Commission of Salone, they don't conduct the June 24 election. Also, they announced the winner for the presidential, parliamentary and local council. But after this announcement, when the Chief Electoral Commission of Salone be make, where President Bio be win back for the second term, and serve the Sierra Leone People's Party be win plenty by the parliamentary seats them, chairperson, and mayor na different parties in the country. This result, now one way the main opposition party, when at the All People's Congress APC party, not been grieved for. Also, them be say they don't take part from governance system, where this don't make plenty people don't concern boards. And the first 10 deputy opposition leader in Parliament for the APC, Honorable Ibrahim Benkagbo, self begets concern.
Well, we all know in this country there is a state of crisis, whether we like it or not. Nobody knows if we know how to get out of this crisis. And when you get this kind of crisis, where all the people, the way they fed this fed, all man take a definitive position. We must get people of goodwill, we for come in for address this issue. Now, we all know, say, the APC no accept the outcome of the election. And they not give very stiff conditions. For say, until certain things are done, they not go take part in the governance system. No, they don't go parliament, they don't go attend council meetings, they don't go attend this and that. That's a crisis. You cannot run a country like that. All know, say, the president don't begin appointing ministers. Then ministers and they, now parliament get for approve them. But if we go to parliament, now just one party go approve them no more. The same SLPP, now they appoint them, now they go approve them back. They don't get credibility. So we believe, say, this is not a situation where we don't do from where we get democracy back. We will not be ever find ourselves in this kind of a situation. But this is a real crisis. We side, one of the strongest political parties, we still will not take part in the governance system. And what still, we will not get any other party in the parliament apart from the SLPP and the APC. If the APC withdraw, then one party will don't go to back. And we cannot accept a one-party system. Now this warrior, they call them kind of press conference for make we address this issue. Make the public know, say, let all work towards for solve this problem. If we not solve it, this is a disaster for people.
And continue say the country will get big problem because the main opposition APC party say they not go take part in the country in governance system.
That if the All People's Congress Party insists that that party would not take part in the governance system in the country, the implications are many and very, very dangerous. In the first place, now that the president has started appointing ministers, their credibility would be in dispute because we have to take them to parliament for approval. If the main party, the opposition party, refuses to be part of that process, then there will be just SLPP ministers. They will not be credible ministers. And this is what we wanted to avoid all of these problems. Also, importantly, we know that we are part of the international system, whereby we send relatives, we send people to organizations like ECOWAS, European Union. I was a member of European Union delegation. But now, those organizations insist that you must have a combination of people from various political parties. Now, if we are going to have a parliament that is just one-sided, it will not be credible. In fact, they may not even accept them to be members of those organizations. Now, people are saying that, oh, well, in 1973, the SLPP did not take part in the elections, and yet the parliament continued to operate. But 1973 and now are two different times. In the first place, in 1973, the APC took part in the elections, and the SLPP took part in the elections. And therefore, the SLPP, which withdrew from those elections, did not withdraw from parliament. They merely withdrew from the electoral process. ST Navo came and said, gentlemen, we are not taking part in these elections. So in other words, they did not take part. They had no members of parliament. In this case, all the parties took part. The The APC has members of parliament, the SLP has members of parliament. But in 1973, the SLP did not have people whom they would withdraw from parliament. So these are some of the differences.
Honorable Ibrahim Ben Kabo Keyon say engagement now one step we will address the political crisis in the country.
To make sure that we address this issue. Now, it is no longer the business of just people in Freetown. We must now take information to our people in the rural areas. In Bow, in Makeni, in Kenema, in Kabbalah. They must be part and parcel of the process now. Otherwise, they will not accept the outcome. Like the present situation in this country, if the outcome of this past election remains unaccepted, then we have a crisis. I don't know what happened in the conduct of the elections, but the fact of the matter is that, one, the All People's Congress Party has refused to accept the outcome, and the implications are very, very serious. And then secondly, the international community do not seem to accept the outcome of these elections, happy about the outcome of the elections. Our own people, we even knew our own local component of Elections Watch has not come up with a positive outcome of the elections, a positive statement. So we have all of these problems. What do? Some people have suggested that the international community will intervene. I was with the former president yesterday, and he said the only way out is to sit down and discuss these issues. All the political parties, the stakeholders, should sit down and address these issues. Because if this country remains in this kind of problem, then it will affect the ordinary people.
Honorable Ibrahim Ben Kabo ended up say, and don't engage with the first-time President Dr. Anes Bai Kuruma, and self make sure say, he meet with President Bio for Sise, then come together and address the crisis, so that then go work together and do development in the country for the Society for Ready Democracy. Mina Karifa to counter the report.
Now 5,800 new loans you for pay.
I want for pay you with me card.
Card?
Yes. You don't get POS?
No. Now cash no more they take.
So you, I not get able to buy na. I know they work out with boku money na me hand.
Wait.
You been na 7,200 million. Na cash you want pay?
Yes. You get problem with that?
Yes. I know they take cash. More like where the money boku. You no get bank card?
No.
Sorry yo. I no go able sell give you. I no want keep boku cash na ya. Make the no can't thief me.
Do money business with Collat. With Salon Payment Switch, you can take money with your bank card na any banking ATM. And you can pay for anything what you want na side we get any bank POS. So, if you don't get bank card, go na your bank now and go take one. If you don't get bank account, na for makers open account na any bank. If you na businessman or businesswoman and you not get POS, na for run go na bank today, make them go give you one so that your customer then go able pay direct na your bank account. Salon Payment Switch. Fast, easy, safe.
The program is still listening to now Good Morning Saloon in the country from 98.1 FM. If you just join we still get the clerk na Parliament, Honorable Omar Parantarawali. They talk about preparation we don't put in place now for convey the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. We go happen on Thursday on 13th of July. They talk about the activities them we get for happen. One key one, all you talk then don't tie around that. Now the leadership of Parliament, we now the speaker. The election self will take place on that particular day. What are the procedures for make somebody be Speaker of Parliament?
Thank you very much, Musa. For being Speaker of Parliament, it prescribed now the Constitution under Section 79, we say not only 2 set of people qualified for be Speaker of Parliament. The first group now, you will not serve Parliament for 1 full term, then they don't re-elect you. So if you can have Parliament as a new MP, not qualify for serve for contest for Speaker. But let's say you've been on in a Parliament the last 5 years, then now they don't elect you back to Parliament. You now qualify. The second set, now the people who don't do 2 or more terms, then they not the Parliament again. Then they run their own business or then they do other thing. Then self-qualify for can contest. So by the current Constitution as amended, Now, only person we don't be an MP go qualify for be a speaker.
So in this area, whether they don't show interest, the current one already get interest, Honorable Chair, no Abbas Bundu, or now don't get more people who don't come out.
Well, you see, speaker election, nothing we very critical. You know, not like when you get general election, you pull poster, you go begin campaign. Not also the
but
election.
You don't see
day.
how people that don't the lobby. You must don't hear in the corridor of parliament.
Well, me no want make Akangi una rumor. Probably I go there read in the talk, but I want treat all of them as rumor and wait until Thursday. Because the only way me team up, then people nominate. Now I they understand who that want on speaker.
So this is not by application ahead of the time now. Now the well of parliament, people will declare intention through nomination.
You not even they declare your intention. Because the election of the speaker, you not even need for president at the well. Okay, assuming you're not a member of parliament any longer. We're not going to encourage you for even doing at the well. Okay? Now, only members of parliament now then get the right for nominate. And the only time I go know who that want on speaker, now where they nominate on that day.
So now true for say already Honorable Singapore Solomon Thomas and that of CD Tunis, ECOWAS speaker already get an interest.
Well, the only thing we may go say here is they are qualified members of parliament for the speakership. So if they show interest, yes, then qualified. Because the qualification is as simple as being a second timer or being out of parliament, 2-term MP. So if they show interest, yes, then qualify. But the only time when we go determine who that one become speaker, now on Thursday, we are going to open nomination to MPs, then so nominate people. Okay, and the procedure for elect an MP is very simple and straightforward. Firstly, now one person then they nominate at a time. Not like in other elections where then they nominate Musa, then nominate Saptiu, then nominate Michael. They will say make who can vote to that get the highest vote. Not to that way. So if they want nominate, say for example they nominate Saptiu. Now the only nomination that's all they take at that time. Until we go through all the voting process, then Saptiu not win, they will drop her. Then they nominate another person.
So why this kind of secret, the Speaker of Parliament position? Because why NP they will get for take the decision for elect him, not on no earlier. At the moment where they go take oath of office and get for take that decision.
Well,
why they not on the no earlier and think through for say well I think through and make decision on who that go elect for represent them as the Speaker of Parliament for the next 5 years.
They are MPs. Some people don't approach them. Okay. But for me, nobody not going to approach me because I'm the independent umpire for that day. In other words, I'm the Mohammed Kone of Parliament for that day. So me as the umpire, somebody not go can begin declare intention to me because it will begin prejudice the way we are to conduct the elections. So my responsibility now for the day, whoever they nominate that day, I go through the process of election.
So you being the Mohammed Kone at that particular day on Thursday, are you going to ensure say integrity and transparency? They are the core of anything we do.
Well, when I tell you say Namina the Mohammed Kone of that day, now because I want copy from her exactly the kind from Mohammed Kone, the kind transparent and fair way we conduct the elections. Now that same kind way I want copy from him and make sure say I conduct a transparent, free and fair speakership election on that day.
And you think say no objection no go come out after your decision and following the footstep of Mohammed Kone?
No, me I know say objection no go come out because the laws then they the guide and then laws they are to go through. Okay. It say who they vote 1/10, 2/3 of all members of parliament. If we not get out, they vote second term, 2/3, all members of parliament. If we not get out, they vote back third, all members of parliament. If we not get another, we'll go simple majority.
Okay, continue for the with Honorable Paran Tarawali, Clerk of Parliament. Inside the program now, they quickly take some message there. Musa?
Yes, from Usman Diaby, in our Facebook page, they say why parliamentarians can't take their oath individually. I think by so doing, they will be more committed.
Another one, they say why just a 1 day of a NP elect not be in presence lose a lot in the next 5 years. That decision is so inconsiderate.
This one from George Buani in our Facebook page on the story where we just air. He said IB Cabo is pushing for negotiation craftily roping the APC recovery agenda. Okay.
Another one, they say the Speaker of Parliament this time around should be very energetic and play the role in the interest of all members of Parliament.
This one from Aisata Suleiman, now Facebook page, they say 98.1, what if the date of parliamentary sitting is extended at the expiration of 5 years due to reasons as it was done in the previous parliament? What will happen to, will that not account for the 5 years for dates turn up to parliament?
This one on Ibrahim Ben Kabo in story, they say, thank you, Ibrahim Ben Kabo. Peace talks for both sides is what the people of Sierra Leone want. We want peace for a good and smooth governance.
This one from Abubakar Madakemokai, so we get terminal and contractual MPs.
Another one, they say, Honorable Paran Tarawali, whatever decision will be taken on Thursday should be in the interest of NP and that of all Sierra Leoneans.
This one say, good morning, Radio Democracy. And this person, they send on our 077981981 line. Honorable Paran said that after 30 parliamentary sittings, an elected member of parliament will lose his or her seat, and the clerk will refer to the second list. Please let him clarify which second list, because both the APC and the SLPP has individuals who are on their waiting list.
So, Honorable Paran Tarawale, if all the APC NP did not take part in the oath taking on Thursday, are you guys going to continue with the old program, or there is going to be a consideration? The last one for me, Musa.
Okay, that's the last one for now, and unless we go join Honorable Paran Tarawale for response to some of the messages that we people are sending inside the program.
Thank you very much, and I want to tell all the texters very plenty thank for them here. Quickly.
Yeah, quick one. This one, they say Victor Jesus now Facebook page. They say, so what if APC did not participate in Parliament at all? It means if they absent for 90 days, what will be the consequences? From that one, we join you quickly.
Okay, thank you. Quickly, somebody say why will not they administer individual oath? You know the MPs then are 149. For go begin call them 1-1, they can't take oath. A difficult. So we go prefer for they call them in 10s or in 15s. Then come when I say I, all man say I, they call a name. Then I go continue for lead them through. Now, the other person, they say, why if they lost 1 grade day, why make them for lost 5-year benefit? Not to me talk, and the constitution say you for don't serve for 5 years. Okay, 5 year minus 1 day, not to 5 year. 5 year minus 1 day, now 4 year, 364 days. And the constitution say 5 years uninterrupted. Now, they say speaker for be energetic. Well, I don't know what I mean by energetic. Because energetic has to do with the mind, it has to do with the physical well-being, it has to do with the alertness. And I feel say the Speaker of the 5th Parliament being get all of them qualifications here and he being get their attributes here. The other person, they say if they expand Parliament, if they extend Parliament after 5 years, whether they will go don't qualify. First and foremost, after the 5-year term of every Parliament, any day where they add na contract days. So anybody within a parliament and they pay them for that contract. So take like Tijan Kababi extend parliament twice. Okay, a parliament be extending safe twice, 6 months. Then 6 months not to be part of the term of parliament. Now be contract every MP been there under. So the day no more way the 13th of July 2028 they reach. That done the lifespan of this parliament. But if any extension they now contract now every MP they do. Now somebody they talk about, I've been talking about the second list. When I go remember, say every party for every district been put a list of MPs. Say for example, Western Urban. Now 16% for Comodo Western Urban go parliament. So every party put 32. So you get 16 where they play, then 16 are the sub there. So if that 16 where they play, the coach feels say they no play well, he can pull them all. They take the 16 sub. So every party by district get a sub list where they present to ECSL and ECSL get her. So if at the end of the day, for example, this party say they go parliament, then the 30 sitting days reach, speaker declare that then seat vacant, the party still get the option for look from the second list and send people come forward. Then somebody been they talk about if APC not can, whether Parliament go on. Yes, because Section 94, subsection 3 of the Constitution say, notwithstanding any vacancy in any membership of Parliament, Parliament business still they go on. And they go on because the Constitution I say so. And when you go further, the quorum for Parliament, now 1/4 of the members of Parliament, which is 37. And if APC not come, they are 54, we still get 95 members where they way above the 37 for conduct any business. And if 37 and above MP sit, any decision and take a binding as if the whole Parliament now then sit.
So Parliament go continue full-fledged 5 years.
It go continue because for like Parliament seat, we only need 37 people. So if APC say they not they come, then SLPP come with paramount chiefs, that is 95. We're way they above the quorum. And quorum of Parliament is 37. I know they envisage say APC not they come because I know they are MPs and they are here to serve their people, and I know say they go come. But for argument's sake, if they not come, Parliament business.
On that day, when the program go start?
10 o'clock in the morning sharp.
Okay. Any Ashobi?
No, state opening. Well, some person go make Ashobi. These now individual MPs.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Omar Parantarawali, Clerk of Parliament, for where you come inside the program for can talk on the preparation where the administrative wing of Parliament don't put in place ahead of the conveying of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic when on Thursday, 13th July 2023. Plenty thank you for waking inside the program.